Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone coming along to the Minecraft server. We're not going to really say too much, or I'm not really going to say too much because we feel that kind of the introductions and everything are best left to the actual server itself. But this tutorial is just literally going to be a step by step to how to install the mod packs and then get everything running smoothly. So, and it's going to be very, over, and it's probably going to explain a lot that's quite obvious, but we wanted to make sure that no one was left in the dark at all about it. So, first things first, go to your browser and type in Feed the Beast. That's the kind of the launcher that we use. Click on FTB app, download it for Windows. Once that's all downloaded and installed, you jump onto the Feed the Beast app. I've been messing around, so you start off with your home. You won't have the recently played because obviously you've just installed it. But what you want to do is you want to go to the Discord and click the mod pack. So get the zip, so the Chargers mod pack player profile. You want to have that in your downloads just because it makes it a bit easier to grab when you. Let's just go to library and go from the scratch. So you won't have anything here. And the import button, weirdly enough, will not be there. So what you've got to do first is jump to browse, type in vanilla at the top, and then grab vanilla by Mojang. It's really quick and easy to download, so it shouldn't be too bad. When you go back to your library, it'll be there. It's not there for me because I already had it downloaded. You will now have the import button. Click the import button, use the import a CurseForge mod pack, and then where it says drag and drop, select a file. Grab your folder for your downloads, grab it, drop it in, done and dusted. So that'll be it imported, it'll be there. You'll want to then click play. Um, it auto played for some reason. It hasn't done that before. Of course, that's how it happens whenever you try to write a tutorial. That's how it should look. So you then go on to settings. You can adjust your window width and height, whatever you need. Java version I just stick recommended. And the important thing is the instance memory. So that'll be how much RAM you let Minecraft use up. And for mod packs and stuff like that, you do need a fair bit. I have 10, which is probably, to be honest, overkill. 8 seems to be around 6 to 8 is kind of the number we're going for. Obviously, kind of allocate what you can, and hopefully everything will be okay. But 68's kind of comfortable, and then I can afford 10 because I just can. But once all that's sorted, you should be set up and ready to go. You'll then want to click play, and unfortunately, this is the probably the bit that takes the longest. Um, it takes around, I think we timed it, it's a minute usually on the load times. So get yourself something, grab yourself your drink, grab yourself whatever you need before you inevitably lose 12 hours of your time in a matter of seconds. And yeah, there's the next step we're going to be doing is quite weird, and it's not going to make a lot of sense to a lot of people. But there's a bug at the moment, and we don't really know how to fix it at the minute. That is, if you try and load directly onto the server, onto multiplayer, the mods haven't been like configured correctly, and I don't know if you crash or if you just load forever. But you do one of those two things. So every time you have to do it, and it is a bit of a pain, but thankfully the load time's not too bad. You do have to go on and build up a single player server. It doesn't have to be anything particular, just literally load into a single player world, jump out, and then go to the the newer world. Um, Whenever I type in the IP address and stuff, I'm just going to type in gibberish because obviously we're not giving out the IP address just yet, or it should be in the file anyway. And once that's all said and done, you'll be ready to go. But we'll do this right from the start because as we said, we wanted everything to just go completely smoothly, not have a single fault. Because modded Minecraft is, even for myself, I was very new to it, so there were a lot of mistakes that I was making that were even quite simple mistakes. But when you don't know what you're doing, it can get quite overwhelming. Um, and we very much look forward to welcoming you to the server, and hopefully this is the start of kind of either just your involvement with us or the involvement with the university as a whole. But there we go. So now we've loaded in. So you do want to click multiplayer, and if you make the mistake, don't worry, I have. You go into your new world. You take the second to load. Once again, you've done the long loading bit. The actually I think the shortest load section is to our server, which yeah, I'll brag about. And yeah, that'll be us. We'll welcome you to the server. I'm not obviously going to load in the server in the video in the tutorial because no sneak. Well, you've had one sneak preview, but that's all you're getting. The last thing to make sure as well, outside of the game and outside the tutorials, make sure you're whitelisted. So in the server chat, we should have the I think the Google Forms up to like get yourself whitelisted, get yourself applied. It's just to make sure that we know exactly who wants in and who everyone is in case you know just in case. Let's just say. Um, so there we go, join a world. But yeah, really that's it. Um, I imagine most people at this point have gotten to the point where I've given you the steps. So if you're still here, I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me company. But yeah, just in case anyone is really worried, and obviously if your load times are a bit slower, don't worry about it. Hardware and stuff, all that's going to make a huge difference. But all that really matters is you get into the world and you're able to do it. And you're able to do like connect to it moderately well. So I've already got it up here. You can call it whatever you want. So I've just called it society. Um, Add server, server name. That's wherever I put the society, and then server address will be the IP address that we'll put into the chat once the server's released. You click done, and then it'll appear here. You click play, and then every time you're here in the play multiplayer, the society server will show up, and you'll jump in. But yes, that is it. That is everything covered. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for coming along, and we hope to see a lot more of you in the future. All the best, and see you soon.